Steinweg. I'm a researcher for SOMO, which is the Research Center on Multinational Corporations. I'm not a legal person. But the one question I have is that if you look at transnational corporations and human rights, and especially labor rights, it's increasingly difficult to link the two together, to link the labor rights violations directly to multinational companies. I mean, we see so much outsourcing, we see so much subcontracting, we see so much employees being employed by third-party employment agencies. So the one big hole in the discussion that I see is the issue of supply chain responsibility. And so I would really like to hear from a legal perspective what the possibilities are of a supply chain approach towards legal actions against companies.
My name is Philip Abels from Fair Food International, also based in the Netherlands. I would like to pick up where Mr. Windvoer left, and it also has to do with the first question raised just now. The time has come for some more regulation, and the question was raised, what do we do with supply chain responsibility? I'm thinking if we want multinational companies to behave the way they should, we should give them incentives concerning what they really care about, which is profits. How do you give them incentives concerning profits? You talk to the consumer. You take the consumer. What are the chances, or what is the opinion of the panel regarding, for example, transparency law, which would grant the consumer or consumer organization the information about the human rights aspects of a supply chain of products offered here in the European markets? For example, if I buy a chocolate bar in the supermarket, how on earth can I know if there was any child labor involved? I am either condemned to their website and their own information, or I could call the telephone number which is on the back of the package, and I guess you can imagine what kind of answer you would get. Or I'm condemned to buying only certified products, which, of course, nobody is going to do. So I would like to hear, and by the fact I'm in the middle, in the Netherlands now, we are in the middle of drafting such a law proposal, which will be introduced in Parliament, hopefully this year. And I would like to hear the opinion of the panel about such a law proposal being introduced in the European level, and if such a thing is a solution at all or feasible at all. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Yann Queinnec from Sherpa, which is a French-based association of lawyers. And I just wanted to react on the issue of having unions besides initiatives, and also relating to labor law issues. Just to give you an example to illustrate the point, and today there has been an audience, I'm quite impatient to know the result, of a case that we launched against a parent company based in France, in the name of 868 Congolese citizens, former employees of a subsidiary based in Congo, who were fired 17 years ago without any remedies. So for the very first time, I think, to my knowledge, at least in France, I don't know about Europe, so there is a labor law case being launched against the French jurisdiction for labor law issues with violations perpetrated abroad. And unions were of some help for us, because at some stage, before we obtained the date of the audience, because we filed the complaint a year ago, unions based in France, this is the parent company is in Congo, manganese activity. Unions in France get in touch with us in order to help us having some contact with the Human Resources Department. So just to give you a concrete illustration, thanks to them, we had on the phone the head of the Human Resources Department, who asked us about the elements that we had in hands. And after 15 minutes, he considered the file was sufficiently serious for talking with us. We obviously refused, because we were expecting this audience that happened today. But to give you an illustration of their influence, 2 weeks later, this phone conversation, Congolese Prime Minister sent a letter to his functionaries in order to release some money that were promised years ago